Today was the fourth and final day of the marathon Brett Kavanaugh hearings in Congress. Cory Booker and other Senate Democrats were back at it, looking for angles to derail the nomination. Akil Reed-Amar is a professor at Yale Law School, knows Kavanaugh well, and testified on his behalf during the hearings today. Professor Amar joins us tonight. Professor, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So you are, by your own description, a Hillary Clinton voter, probably vote differently from Brett Kavanaugh. Why would you support his confirmation?
Because he's a student of this document, the Constitution. He's studied it with intelligence and diligence. I believe he's the single best Republican sitting federal judge under age 60 available. He's the best person for the job, the best person on the horizon. I'm not a supporter of many of the things that the Trump administration has done, but here they picked someone who's really sane, sober. Any Republican judge, any Republican president should have had someone like Brett Kavanaugh at the top of his list, because the most important thing that the Supreme Court does is constitutional interpretation, and Brett Kavanaugh takes the Constitution very seriously.
Well, that is a great and sober and honest endorsement. What do you make, given the criteria you use to make that decision, what do you make of the hearings and the posture of some of his critics? Do you think they're evaluating this correctly?
Well, there's a lot of anger in the land on both left and right, and some folks may have made the decision that riling up the base worked for the Republicans. Maybe we should try to do that for the Democrats. I don't like that strategy. I thought that the temperature in the room today, metaphorically, was much lower than in previous days. I'd been watching things on TV and was a little uneasy about going down into the snake pit, but I thought today actually there was a lot of sober conversation among the witnesses with the senators. I was more impressed today than I have been watching the thing on television for the last 3 days.
Yeah. Well, that's a low bar, of course. And quickly, Professor, are you worried about going back to Yale? Have you been criticized for what you did?
Well, I'm back at Yale now, and professors are supposed to profess. We're supposed to say what we actually believe. We don't run for election or re-election, and we're going to be judged in the long run. I'm a constitutional scholar, and I've read a lot of what Brett Kavanaugh has written, and it impresses me, and I'm going to call it as I see it.
You're an honest man. Good luck. We're rooting for you. Thanks, Professor.
Thanks.
Amazon has made Jeff Bezos the single richest man in human history, but amazingly, some of his employees are so poor, you're paying for their food stamps. Is that fair? Our next guest says Bezos is a hero, and our attacks on top tech companies are far off base. She'll explain. Up next.